Alright, welcome back to Map Gaming. So, we are dealing with this problem right here, which is going to be a catastrophic event unless we do something about it. My ideas involve blocking this up and, I don't know, we'll deal with this later. But blocking this up and dealing with the repercussions later, coming in later and fixing problems, but we have to block this off so that it need that to be green. We have to block this off because this goes into the underwater reservoir, if I can talk, which is what feeds this. And so right now I have to kind of do what I can to protect that from happening, which is we're going to build this up, get that going, and hopefully find that pause. There we go. I want to build that up so then we can block this off so bad tide doesn't come through here, and then the next step is to build come over here and then obviously block that up, and hopefully we can sustain enough to be all right. But then the next trip will be to kind of block this off, and then we'll deal with the bad water momentarily. Basically, then I'll build up here, and then we'll come in here and then repair any damages that occur through whatever that's going to do. It kind of seems like the only sensible way that we can actually justify this, and I'm hoping that this lasts. Yeah, we should be good on any other fronts as long as this doesn't become our next poor way right there. I'm going to go ahead, pause that. We don't need that just yet, but we will in the near future whenever we decide that we're going to build up. So hopefully we can get this kind of going in the next little bit. Our only worry is we need to get this built. And hopefully we can do it in the day. It shouldn't take them too long to build this. And at least then we can see what kind of problems we're going to get through all of this being contaminated. Hopefully it doesn't take too terribly long, but yeah, that's the goal, is to get this built so then we protect this valley from that. I really wish we were further along in this. I don't know why it took us so long to... Oh, let's pause that because we don't need any planks. Alright. Major catastrophe incoming and problems. Major problems. Open that up. Oh, look at that. That's fantastic. Come on, hurry up, people. Alright. That was a little more than what I thought we were going to be bargaining for. Obviously, this is a problem. Because they're not going to build that until this fixes itself, which pretty much wiped out everything that we hold true and dear to ourselves. Alright, we got that blocked off, so now we can... Oh, man. Alright, pause. Alright, well, that was probably the worst case scenario that could have happened. Let's get you, replace those, start cutting down all of this. And then once we block up this, then we're going to start working on this. Let's get that going. That going. Okay. So we have a drought coming. Probably not. I mean, it could be better, but that will give us time. We should get this built here pretty soon. It's going to cause problems, but once we get that going, then we'll be able to back up over here, because I mean, it's not like we already don't have issues. Alright, come on. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Yeah, we're gonna have beavers that we're wishing are dead. That's pretty much what I got there. There we go. Alright. Now, let's... I have more water coming through here, which, I mean, is what it is. I can't really help it at this point. How many planks we got? Alright, we're working pretty good on planks. I want this pathway to get built so then we can come around here. Seriously, I just need you to start building this. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna have contaminated beavers, and that's just gonna have to be okay. So, half of that, and then we are going to, oops, let's just fix all of this. Alright, and we should be able to just work with this as much as humanly possible. And then get that going. Yep, that's pretty much all we got. Bunch of sick beavers. Let's play these two, because we're going to need reinforcements. We're going to basically have to reset our whole project. We have pretty much everybody's injured. And this will give us a second, because this will start. There we go. And then hope. We gotta play this. And we have no beavers because everyone is sick. I don't need you. Yep. Oh, that would help. Alright, so we got planks going. We're building up this wall. Hopefully we can get pump thing going. Oh my gosh, this is probably the worst case scenario. And none of this water is going out because we got these dams on this side, which this current point in time might be beneficial just to like alright, but the good news is that those beavers still work. Alright, so we're rotating those. We got beavers in there. I need to make sure we have, yep. Right now we don't need you. Alright, I think that'll do it. And then at least this way we can get rid of this water, get some water pumping. Like we got these, we don't have beavers in there. Of course we don't. Alright, how are we doing on food? Food we're good on. Alright, so I'm not too terribly worried on that. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Alright, I think... Alright, hopefully that's high enough. Because that's as high as they're going to be able to reach until we start getting some planks, some logs, something. Most of our beaver workforce is pretty much Dunsky. Yeah, we got 29 beavers, half of them are sick. Alright, yeah, we'll have you. I don't know if I have a beaver up here working. I don't, but we're gonna pause that for right now because we don't need him. I just need this to be up higher to where it can actually funnel out somewhere. And it looks like if we could go one higher, we'd be alright. Alright, well, that was less than ideal. We got one plank. And pause that one. Yeah, because I don't even know how we're going to do this. Water 216. We got 2 days left. And we got the wood. So that's not necessarily the problem. It's more of converting it into something usable. Oh man. So and we need food. We do need food. So I need this to be... We don't have anybody doing that. I don't think we have anybody in that. Doesn't matter because we don't have any blueberries anyway. We have 0.8 days. How are we doing on planks? We're gonna see how this goes down. We're gonna see how this goes down. So I need at least one beaver cutting down logs. We got 2 builders, not necessarily ideal, but we need food. Oh boy. Oh great, look. We got another arming. That's perfect. That's what we need. And we got 120. I don't even know. How are we going to come back from this? Alright, we gotta flush all the bad water out real quick. How are we doing on that? We might be okay. I don't know how we're gonna be okay, but we might be okay. I don't know how we pulled this off, but we might just be okay. All right, we do need water. Let me fix this up. How many planks we got? We should have more than enough. So now we have beavers in the workplace. We should be alright. How many do you got? You got more than enough. You got 2. I want to play you just because. Play you. We've got to get you going. Look at all that bad sludge. Holy cow. And we did it. Alright, so we are fully protected. I don't know how we're going to... I mean, now it's, at this point, time to focus on rebuilding and getting a few things going for us. Oh, stress level. Okay. Water's on the up. We don't have any food. We're harvesting these. I mean, it's I don't even know, it's something right now. We have to kill some of our population off, and then or them get better, I don't know. But we got to figure that out, because basically we have 30 beavers and half of them are dead and completely useless to society. I'm really hoping that this is just going to... There we go. Alright, so this will flow out. We don't have to worry about it getting up any higher. We're protected. And now we just need... We don't have any food. Start... At this point... Place another one. Like, I'm okay with some of our beavers starving to death. I mean, I wouldn't, it's not necessarily something I'm happy about, but we have to kind of reset a little bit here. I got too many beavers that are having problems. So, resetting looks like the best alternative to that. Especially if they're not going to do anything. Water's going up. Small amounts of food. Like I said, hopefully we can get... Oh, we don't have any blueberries. Yep, that might be a problem. Ooh, we are very far off. Yeah, that could be an issue. Don't have the workers in there. We got a worker in there. Do we need food? Do we need logs? I don't think we need logs at this current point in time. This could be interesting. All right. All right, so we're having beavers die of old age, which, I mean, I can't necessarily knock at this point in time. Yeah, I think all we can really do for at this current point in time is hope for the best. That's pretty much my my cure for this, is we gotta hope for the best. And we're not gonna really be able to do a whole lot until... I really wish this was up here, because you don't really see the whole unstable core thing until it's really too late. Yeah, we can pause you. Uncontaminated beavers, which we already knew of. We're working on it. We're slowly building up. We don't have to worry about this necessarily. But if we could get good water in here, this would be an excellent place to store it. Alright, so... Yeah, I know. Everybody's thirsty. Alright, I'm gonna kick this into a time lapse so I don't have to keep here and waiting for something to happen. So we're gonna do a time lapse real quick, and then we'll join back up together after it's kind of mellowed out. If it mellows out, it's very possible it could end here.
Wander forever, chasing the unknown. You gave me reason for breathing. You gave me life. Was lost in a world with no meaning. Till you open my eyes. Till you open my
Alright, now that we've finished that time lapse and we've kind of bounced back to what we once were before. Sorry, I had to see if we're actually gonna make it through the that, I don't even know what you want to call it, that bad tide situation going on there. Turns out we're gonna be alright. It looks like we're gonna make it. So we do have hopes there. My plan is going to be to build up this, so this flows out this way. Ground only must be built on the ground, underground depths infinite. So this would be a good thing to kind of build around, especially if, like, I mean, I don't even know, maybe going this way would be the best way for it. But then also coming over here and blocking this off, it'll take a couple of cycles to actually get that down to a usable area. But it looks like everything's gonna bounce back and kind of work in our favor. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with this down here. I'm hoping nothing bad happens, but I can't be 100% obviously at this current point in time. So we're gonna see how that plays out. I blocked this off just in case. There is a pathway here. I don't know exactly what will happen and what's going to happen, but blocking this off seems like the best alternative to anything. And then if we need to, we can make it obviously higher. Hopefully that doesn't need to be a thing. So we're going to kind of wait these 2 days, see what happens, and then we'll move on from there. Now, I did want to add that, so I did come in and I'm starting to build this up so that when we get a bad tide, this will be what we have bad water going through. Let's place that there. And yeah, we should be able to reach everything the way I want to. And yeah, just like that. So we're going to build this and then we'll figure it out. I just wanted it to be big enough just to make sure that we could do what we needed, obviously. We have this fully set up to where this is going to be draining the bad water out, obviously by drought, but you get what I'm kind of going for there. I think over here, I'm going to go ahead and build another structure. I could have duplicated it, but we're going to go with what we got. Robbie's, that's, yeah. Then that's going to allow us to actually collect a little bit more just in case we need it. I see that kind of being slightly important and useful. Let's play those, get those going. We have that. That's very nice. In case, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Wait, is that a higher priority? It should be just a normal priority. Alright, so we have all that going. That's fantastic. We're working on building this, which obviously we've talked about. We have this going. Let's see what kind of problem that built. That was pretty much just that, and then the next problem is going to be when this blows up. Obviously, it will connect these streams up, and then we gotta figure some stuff out there. Alright. This could be... Alright. So... just so we have this pathway, because it'll seem easier to do it this way. And it kind of also protects us just a little bit. Make sure everything's all connected. Ugh. This new update's causing us to... Let's go demolish, high priority. Demolish, medium priority. Demolish, normal. Demolish, normal. And then demolish, low. We'll have it like that. Alright, I mainly want this kind of destroyed just in case we... one, this becomes an issue. And it looks like it's slowly rising. So I kind of want this to be taken care of. Alright, come on, man. Finish it. There we go. Getting some relief. And then we can up that priority, and then stick that at neutral. We got a little bit of backlash. We'll have to rebuild a little bit, but we did save ourselves in that aspect. So, good news there. And then that can flow down off the map. We do have a drought approaching. Good job. Alright, that's taken care of. I like that. We're gonna have to watch this area. We do have buildings being built. Log storage is a little bit low, but that's also due to other problems in the work area. I am going... Do I need to play this? I feel like we're pretty well solid on this. So we have that taken care of. We need to start moving forward just a little bit. Why don't we... We need gears. This will be built up. This will always flow. Alright, we're gonna collect gears, get that going. Want to do that and kind of get that set up so then we can come over here, build this, and kind of start getting to use some of this metal just a little bit. That way we have the ability to go to bad water pumps and kind of start siphoning some of this off. And then we can start making some TNT and figuring out what that's going to look like for us. I'm not really caring about that. But if we can get the TNT going, then we can come over here, build this, and then have this drop off this area right here going this way. That's at least the hope. Because I'm assuming our next little thing is going to kind of kick us in the teeth. But yeah, then we can block this off. This will always be fresh water. And then we could just, at that point, start blocking this off. Making one big pathway to block this off. We got an injured beaver. You should be alright. We do have tents that can satisfy you in that department. Let's play you. We don't need as much water being pumped at this current point in time, but we do need you going so that this can be made, and stuff like that. Oh, the gears. That means you're being built. Alright, let's do that so then we can move power. Wait. That might be interesting. I don't think we're going to get much more than that out of this little segment. Yeah. And then we'll put that right there. And then we can work on that. There. Alright, they'll work on that in their downtime. That'll get set up. Then we'll have some metal we can draw from, and we will be in a much better place. How are we doing on that? How are we doing on logs? Dang. Well, we're also building this up, which that kind of makes a little bit more sense. While also building all of our gears up. Yeah, I get it. So we're going to let that roll. See how this does. I'm waiting to keep, I want to keep these logs going. Dang, that just dropped off the face of the map right there. Alright, so if we can come over here, TNT this up. basically block this off, we could literally have this whole circle be nothing but water. That might be actually be worth it. That would definitely fix a lot of problems. TNT this down and then have it trickle into here. That might work. A lot of wood though, but it's doable. But we're going to need TNT first. Alright, let's come in here. And we'll just make this whole thing green. Everything must go. Yeah, so if we can TNT this down, this will go this way, that'll be fine. What about water stuff? Fluid dump, cream gauge. Deep mechanical fluid pump. Yeah, we don't want that. Must be built on the ground. A source of water with limited mid-pressure. Ground only, must be built on the ground. Underground depths infinite. Yeah, that's not what I thought that was, but we'll make it work. Alright, so I'm gonna call it here. We had an emotional roller coaster of a time figuring everything else out, trying to see if we were going to survive. It does look like as of right now we are going to pull this off. Future may be a different story, so we're going to have to see how this pans out for us. Dang. Okay, so we're able to pump that. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So we're going to see how this pans out for us. We got this little guard up just in case bad water does come. We're able to kind of open that up. We now have a section that we can actually not have to worry about. So life is starting to look up for us. We are definitely in a much better area. And that's very interesting, and that might be due to the dam. It's just filling up very slowly. Alright, enough of me talking. Sorry we went through a roller coaster. Hopefully you enjoyed the time lapse. Hopefully that'll be the last one. If you did like what you saw... Alright, where's this in comparison to us? Alright, well, that'll be interesting. That might be the first good one that we get. Anyway, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Leave a comment of any ideas that you think that I am not doing and should do. And yeah, we'll pick it up from there. And I will see you guys next time. Later.